Point's Survivor Speakers Bureau is made up of a group of survivors of domestic violence, sexual violence, or human trafficking, as well as their loved ones who we consider secondary survivors. And this group of people aims to work with Turning Point staff to go out into the community and share their stories and put a face to these issues. So survivor speakers may speak in front of groups like potentially policymakers, middle and high school students, at Turning Point events. They may also speak in front of counselors or therapists or other professionals who want to better understand these issues and how they can support survivors they come in contact with. Survivor speakers share not only their personal experiences with violence, but they also share their individual calls to action, which really helps lay out ways that the average person can work toward ending violence in their communities and better supporting survivors in their lives. And this really serves to also help humanize these issues and show people in our communities that there are real people being impacted in very real and diverse ways. Anybody who has been impacted by domestic violence, sexual violence, or human trafficking might be interested in joining the Survivor Speakers Bureau. We are always looking to support people who are interested in sharing their stories in order to raise awareness and create change. So that might look like a survivor pairing up with a staff person to develop a written version of their story that outlines the ways that they in particular have been impacted by these issues, and helps the audience understand what it's really like to go through domestic violence situation, sexual assault, or to experience human trafficking. And survivor speakers each have their own individual call to action that help us understand what we can better do to support them and what we can do to end these issues in our communities. Working with survivor speakers is really one of my favorite parts of my time here at Turning Point, and it's really just an incredible honor to have speakers trust me with their stories. And it's really been amazing to see the impact that their stories have had on audiences. I think there's really no better way to learn about these issues than by hearing them directly from a survivor. Every time I hear a survivor speaker share, even if I've heard them share their stories a dozen times before, I feel incredibly moved and incredibly empowered. And it's really amazing to me because they inspire such hope that we are moving toward better conditions, better supports for survivors, and that we can and we will move toward communities that don't allow domestic and sexual violence to occur. Turning Point empowers survivors of domestic and sexual violence through comprehensive services and resources while advocating for community action to end oppression and violence.